What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to AWS On Air, live at the Washington, D.C. Summit. My name is Aaron Hunter. I'm a technical trainer on the AWS Training and Certification team, and today I'm here with a few of my friends to talk about whatever Ollie is, or whoever Ollie is.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Lewin. I'm a special solutions architect on our observability team.
Hi, my name is Toshal. I'm the worldwide specialist for observability, and OLI stands for observability, O11Y, observability.
Okay. Ollie or O11Y. It's like K8s or Kubernetes. Got it.
Exactly like Kubernetes, yes.
All right, cool. So tell me more about what it is that you're here to talk to us about with observability, not Ollie.
Well, so let me start. This is the last session of the day, right? So let me accelerate to this last session. And I'll start with a joke. Why did the car use the AWS accelerator?
I don't know the answer to that,
That's okay.
but because it was too slow.
Well, you're close.
Okay.
Because he wanted to fast track to the journey to the accelerator.
Nice.
Well, that's going to be our today's topic, right? We're going to be talking about how you can accelerate your journey and get to your destination faster using our accelerator.
Awesome. So what are some of the problems that observability solves for our customers?
Right. So everyone's familiar with monitoring, right? But what monitoring doesn't tell you is what's happening inside your system and why it's happening. And that's why observability is so important. With our accelerator, what we have done is we are now giving our customers an ability to start using our services with few clicks or a single click, depends how you look at it. And Kevin's going to show you a demo today as well later on.
Oh, that's awesome. Perfect. So you mentioned observability accelerator. You told me a car joke. Really funny one, by the way. But what is the observability accelerator and why was this created?
Absolutely. So we have customers using our services, and it's been great. Then we started launching a lot of the open source managed services like Prometheus and Grafana and OpenTelemetry. Those services are great and so powerful, but as with any open source, managing those services and configurations and automations require a lot of manual operations from our customers. So the customers coming to us and say, hey, can you give us a similar experience how we are getting from your other AWS services? So we decided, I think it's a fair question. So we built this accelerator. Essentially, accelerator pull together all of the services and give you a nice script, a single-click automation script, and you get going within few clicks.
Awesome. Perfect. So you mentioned that Kevin's going to have a demo.
Yep.
How do we use it? Is that where the demo comes in?
That's where the demo comes in, yeah.
Exactly.
All right. You want to go ahead and jump in there?
Yeah, for sure. So we'll start by going over like a little bit of an architecture, a visual layout of what we're looking at here, just to get everyone on the same page. But basically what we have is an open source repository, and it's a set of Terraform modules and examples. So what these do, you can basically clone the repository, and then you could run just a few commands. And we're going to get you started with some dashboards and alarms and some tracing that they meet a lot of out-of-the-box use cases, really. So the whole point of this is to kind of get you started, right? And then after that, we're hoping the momentum kind of keeps rolling forward and you keep building on top of this.
Gaining more acceleration. I see
Right.
what you did there. Okay.
Yeah, we want to keep things moving for you. But yeah, so we can start.
You know the jokes. You're telling me you don't know the jokes.
I've got a few jokes, maybe, just a few. But yeah, so what we're looking at is a little diagram, right? So we have the Terraform modules that we pull down from GitHub. You're going to give it some information. You're going to give it like, for example, an EKS cluster. That's kind of our primary example. That's what I'll be showing today. You give it optionally a managed Prometheus workspace, or you can have it create one for you. And then you give it a Grafana workspace. And we're going to go forward, and it will create everything for you with just a few commands over here. So I've actually already done this just because this takes 5 to 10 minutes.
The good old cooking show
Yeah.
method. Okay,
Right,
you showed me
right.
how to make the pie, and now we're going to pull the pie out of the oven and taste it.
Yeah, we don't want to sit here and look at a terminal kind of like the Matrix and just like have nothing going on.
Hey, maybe I do, okay?
Maybe some people do. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of get into like the meat of this, to use a cooking show terminology.
Get into the pie of this.
Right, exactly. So yeah, basically I fed this just a blank EKS cluster with nothing running on it. And what it did, we deployed the OpenTelemetry operator to scrape metrics and traces, and then it's going to send them all to an Amazon Prometheus workspace. And this was created all by the open source accelerator. You don't have to do anything. This is all created for you. And it's going to come with recording rules and alerts to help you manage your metrics. So this is getting you that kind of foundational layer and gets you started. But kind of the most important part and the pretty part to show, we're going to take all those metrics and we're going to put them into some pre-built dashboards for you. And all of these dashboards, I didn't have to manually make any of these. They all just come as part of the tool. So we can see we're collecting metrics on CPU, and we have the different workloads and memory. Basically just a lot of important Kubernetes metrics, and we're just kind of giving you these infrastructure metrics out of the box.
Got it. So you launched this specifically for Kubernetes.
Yeah.
So you have O11Y with K8s.
Yes.
Working together.
Yes.
And here, I imagine the data points here is pretty important to understand what's happening within the clusters and the nodes in the cluster, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, when you spin up any EKS cluster, you need to be aware of what the underlying infrastructure is doing, but also the application. And the accelerator actually has modules for infrastructure, like I'm showing.
Okay.
But also for popular applications, like you can collect Java metrics or Nginx metrics, and you can have those optionally with dashboards too. I'm only showing the infrastructure here, but we wanted to give people the whole layer of observability from the infrastructure to the app.
So you can customize what you're looking at on the dashboard with either built-in metrics, I imagine, or some custom metrics that maybe you can start calling.
Yeah, absolutely. So you could definitely do custom metrics, and you can do tracing as well, and a lot of different things. And I think in my opinion, the really hard part and what we give you is setting up alarms or alerts. So this is something that can be really difficult to kind of know, like where do I need to set my alerts at? Like what is actually a problem?
What are we looking at here? So I see 5 firing, 89 normal. That's probably good. But what does recording mean?
Yeah, so a recording rule is where you're taking maybe 2 or 3 metrics and you're aggregating them to create something new and unique. So I have some of those rules running, and then I have alerts running, which of course they're kind of self-explanatory. It means something bad is happening. Go look at it.
Yeah,
right?
And it seems like it's pretty complicated to maybe set this up. Are there any kind of easy like EKS deployments that we can use?
Yeah, so we actually set these up for you as part of the accelerator, right? So that's was one of our main motivations, was that we found customers sometimes having difficulty to set this up. So we wanted to make sure we're giving you a lot of out-of-the-box alerts.
So simplifying the operational procedure and getting people up and running faster with still the ability to tailor it and fine-tune it to their exact needs.
One thing I would add here is this is all based on Terraform, right? So this is our opinionated way, but if customer has their own environment or anything they wanted to change, it's all Terraform. Just go and simply edit it, and it's all open source.
Can you use anything? Can you use something other than Terraform, or is it based only on Terraform?
So right now it is only Terraform. We do have some ambitious plans to add some CDK support, but as of now it is just Terraform. We wanted to really meet the customers where they're at, and Terraform is very popular with this Kubernetes and Grafana and Prometheus. So that's what we chose to start out with, but we do have plans for other automation mechanisms.
Okay,
Yes.
curveball your way. Are you ready for it?
I think so, yeah.
So you mentioned that you have ambitious plans for CDK, but that right now you're using Terraform. Can you use TF-CDK or Terraform for CDK?
I suppose you could.
Okay, okay.
It's not going to be a simple out of the box. It'll take some building.
Yeah.
But yes, I suppose you could use that.
Hey, everyone watching today, that's a challenge. If you choose to accept it, figure out a way to use the CDK for Terraform and see if we can get feedback back to Kevin and to the team.
And submit an issue on GitHub if it breaks, and I'll try to fix it for you maybe.
That's actually a really good point, right?
Yeah.
So what if there's an issue or some kind of feedback mechanism? What does that loop look like on your end?
Yeah, so we wanted this to be completely open source for the community. So we will gladly accept issues, contributions, pull requests. We want to work with you guys, the observability community, to make this tool better. So we love to interact with the customers who are using it and gladly accept issues and pull requests on the GitHub.
Yeah, and where do they go? Are you able to pull that up for us here live?
I can, absolutely. So here is the GitHub.
So it's AWS-observability / Terraform-AWS-observability-accelerator. So it's the product name.
It's a lot of dashes, but yes.
Well, I want to spell it out for everyone who's watching.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, and we have like full documentation and everything to help get you started with this. We tried to make it very simple because that's the main thing, right? To accelerate our customers' experience.
I see what you did there. Okay, you keep plugging it in to accelerate their observability accelerator experience. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you want to add, or maybe where they can go for additional information about this?
I think we should talk about the how we have the inbuilt dashboards for various applications and the infrastructure we have built.
Yeah.
And also what are the new upcoming projects where people can contribute?
Yeah, so we do have a lot of different examples. So we have, for example, right now in EKS, you could do Java and Nginx. You can do this with multiple EKS clusters. You can centralize all the metrics in one place. And then in terms of upcoming things and things we'd love help with, we're looking to expand this one. We're looking at CDK, like you mentioned. But also we are looking at branching to different compute, like ECS and EC2 even. And it's definitely not just going to be EKS, but we want to have a lot of different platforms here.
Yeah, there's a lot of examples and opportunities for people to get out there and learn and get some hands-on experience in a very guided and structured way, so I like that. Being a technical trainer, I like to take people across the entire journey and the story, and it seems like you did a really good job with the documentation. But if there's any feedback that anyone has, if you find something that can be improved or something, maybe even feedback that people like something, because feedback doesn't have to be negative, everyone, okay? Constructive feedback.
Constructive.
Yeah. So if you have positive feedback, let the team know as well. If you like it, if it helped improve your experience, they want to hear that too. So infrastructure monitoring, you talked to us about that. Multi-cluster monitoring, we kind of talked about the clusters and the nodes within the cluster. Java, JMX, Nginx, viewing logs, and a teardown. Can you walk through the teardown process for us?
Yeah, so teardown is just, we needed to make sure we give people explicit instructions on how to remove what we've built.
Okay.
Right, so we don't want anyone accidentally racking up a huge bill or anything, right? That's not our motivation here. We just wanted to explicitly explain to people, like, you can get rid of the things we created, and it can be done with just one command, actually.
That's real easy.
Just build up on that. So if I take you on a journey on how our customers are using the accelerator today. So let's say you wanted to try the AWS Prometheus, Grafana, and OpenTelemetry services. Again, as I was saying, it takes a lot of clicks for you to go and configure. Customer comes, use these Terraform modules, either use it as it is or make changes depending upon their environment, and use it and perform the POCs. Once the POCs are done, that's where the teardown comes in. You want to clean that up. But those scripts, the Terraform scripts, are still there. And a lot of those customers now taking those scripts and deploying in their production environment, using this as an automation now as well. So it serves both purposes, your POC, but also your journey into your production as well.
Wow. Really powerful, really cool demo. Thanks for walking us through all of it. So you're using Amazon EKS to deploy the Observability Accelerator for Terraform into your account with a really easy tear down instruction or a single line of code maybe to tear it all down. And we have a really good way to get public documentation and also have a feedback loop. So thank you both for showing us all of that. Everyone, thank you so much for watching us. Stay tuned for more from AWS On Air live at the AWS Summit in Washington, D.C. And thank you to the Ollie team. I mean, the Observability team.
Go Ollie. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.